Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo and you've tuned into another live edition of the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. It's Beard Watch Month 2. What do you think? Do I look like a Wookiee? An Ewok, maybe? Speaking of Star Wars, today during the TLDR broadcast, which will be about an hour long, this live stream if you're watching live, I'm rebroadcasting another live broadcast happening across town. This particular toy maker does commissions, and I've commissioned her to construct a woodened, well, I guess it is woodened, it's made of wood, a rocking AT-AT, an Imperial Walker for Jedi. This is what she's doing right now live on her very own Twitch channel. I'll be sure to put a link for you in this video's description if you want to watch it. It's going to take about an hour. TLDR is an hour. The build of this is going to be about a week or two long. So you can actually see her build the rocking AT-AT, which Jedi is going to have, which you'll see showcased in the vlog, and likely is one of the upcoming Pirillo picks. Today's topic has nothing to do with that, really. It's how to save money. 3 ways that I can think of to save money when it comes to movies, watching movies that you may want to see. Not just the movies that you don't want to see. Obviously, if you can save money by not watching a movie, that's not the idea. So that's what's going on there. I've been having a lot of fun. In fact, that's one way to save money not watching movies. Just don't watch them. Find entertaining things that you can do online. She's very interactive. We've been pushing a lot of our community her direction. I did a live Periscope earlier, a live Facebook video earlier, and have been tweeting about it because this is fun. This is exciting. I'm going to commission her to do other things, other wooden toys for Jedi. I like supporting local artists and artists in general, especially when it comes to my child. So the first thing that I want to explain to you in terms of how you can save money is just take my path. We do not see movies when they're first released in theaters. Now, there are going to be exceptions to the rule. Like, if you've got a fandom, like Star Wars is my fandom, then I'm going to see that in the theater. No doubt about it. And even though I like the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm not inclined to see the Marvel movies in theaters. I'll wait. And I'm fine in waiting. So that's the first thing. Wait. If you can wait, and then decide whether you're going to spend that money by renting the movie or by buying the movie. I don't buy discs. I don't even buy digital copies of movies at this stage. I'm sure as Jedi gets older, we'll likely be buying some of her favorite movies so we could watch them over and over and over again. But by and large, I'll rent. And instead of spending, let's say, $10 to $15 to see a movie, and that's if I was going alone. Now, if I took Diana or somebody else, I'd be paying for them and potentially food. And you're talking about a night out with 2 people being $20 to $30 or more, depending on what you get at the movie theaters. So you can save a lot of money. And you could set that money aside instead of seeing it in the theater and just buy the movie outright. I mean, this is obvious, right? But you can also rent the movie for like $1.50. If you get a physical copy, you could rent it for more than that. If you rent a digital copy, I think the going rate's $5. I'm more inclined to just get a physical copy and locate a physical copy, rent it for $1.50. So my big suggestion is wait. And for the most part, I will tell you that most of the movies that you would see in theaters are worth waiting for. Most. If it's Star Wars, it is not worth waiting for. You need to get it. You need to see it now. You need to see it in theaters, which of course I'm going to buy the digital copy of that too. The second thing that I wanted to recommend, and this is really something that I don't realize, or I don't think you can do. In terms of renting movies, you could actually sign up for certain services that allow you to rent movies, and you can basically get free redeem codes in email. Like, you sign up for their email newsletters. I get free redeem codes all the time. Like, I cannot remember a time in the past year that I've rented a movie that I've paid $1.50 for. It's all been free. I get an email say, hey, use this redeem code and you get a one-night movie rental for free. So I see the movies. I see the same movies that everybody else sees, or that I want to see when they're available on disc that I could rent with a redeem code. It doesn't cost me anything. And believe you me, I've more than made up for it in terms of how many times I've seen Star Wars The Force Awakens in theaters. But let's just say you don't want to wait for a physical copy. Let's say you don't want to wait. You can still get redeem codes. You can still watch movies for free. Head over to go.tagjag.com/free apps. I've talked about this before. This is how I get Amazon gift cards all the time. If you want, by the way, if you want free PayPal money, use go.tagjag.com/free points. Both those links are in the video description. But with go.tagjag.com/free apps, you could earn a Fandango gift card, a Redbox gift card, of course, iTunes gift cards. They also have Hulu gift cards in case you want to watch movies on Hulu, Google Play gift cards. So you can earn gift cards, and including Amazon cards. You can earn by downloading sponsored apps. It doesn't cost you anything. So effectively, let's just go back to Redbox. Costs you about $1.50 to rent normally, maybe a little more than that, depending on what you get. But if you earn a $10 gift card, it's like 3 or 4 movies for free. Free! If you can wait for them. If you can't wait for them, earn a Fandango card. And that's pretty much the cost of a ticket. For the most part, give or take. But what I'm saying is you don't have to wait, but you can still get it without paying as much as you would have otherwise. Because quite honestly, if it doesn't come with a gift card attached, I may not be interested. Unless it's a custom commission. Isn't this fun? She's constructed. Well, she's very interactive too, but she's actually, you can see her like going with the saw, and she's normally got a camera that's mounted here that she broadcasts from that angle. It's way more fun than a lot of movies that I wasted my time on, let me tell you. Oh yeah, and they also have Xbox cards, Target cards, Disney gift cards as well. So, no matter where you decide to get your movie tickets from, you could likely save money with that. Now, the third way that I would suggest you being able to see movies for free is start reviewing movies. Now, this is a question that I get often. Hey, Chris, how do you get to review things? You have to start. Like, you can't just go to a production studio and ask, hey, can I see all your movies for free? No, you can't. They're going to say no. Now, if you take the time to review the movies that you have seen and establish the fact that you're spending money to see movies, to review the movies for a community of people who want to see your movie reviews, the chances of you being able to have that door opened for you in terms of getting screener copies, advanced copies, is probably greater. So if you want to see movies for free eventually, you gotta start now, and you gotta do a lot to get something for free. So that's gonna take work. No one's sitting here and saying that, hey, here's a handout, here's a free thing. It's gonna take work no matter what you do, unless you wait. It doesn't take any work to wait. But trust me, there's a lot more entertaining things on the internet than a lot of the movies that I've seen. Let me go ahead and slide over. Hopefully our artist does not mind. To give the credit to my patrons at chrispirillo.com. They are watching this live stream and have asked the question, Chris, how do you save money with movies? All the time. I still see every movie that I want to see. Every one of them. I just wait for the most part. Or I get gift cards, and I don't feel as odd as I might have otherwise. Have you ever paid for a movie in terms of watching a movie, $30 to see a movie, and you're like, wow, that wasn't even worth $1. Have you ever been through that experience? No more. I'm done, tired. Don't want that experience again. So that's one of the reasons why I've taken that path in terms of where I find entertainment with film. It's fun to still go to the movie theaters, but I'm not going to pay an arm and a leg for it. I also want to take this time, speaking of movies, to mention to Mike White, I got your note today, and with your note, I got the memorabilia. You're going to freak out. I freaked out when I saw this. I'm freaking out. It says, here are some tokens from the token exchange machine inside Flynn's Arcade back when Disney California Adventure. Boy, I'm having a problem adding D to the end of certain words today. Disney's California Adventure featured the Electronica attraction. On the final night it was held, I went back and cashed in several dollars worth of tokens for nostalgia. I just love the Flynn's logo. So I didn't get to go. But now I have, he sent 4 tokens, and hopefully you still have some for yourself, because then I will feel bad. But on one side it says Flynn's Arcade, on the other side it says Tron, what's actually Electronica, and then Tron is capitalized because it's all about the movie Tron. So just so you know, there's one side, if I can get the light to reflect properly. I'm going to be placing these tokens on top of my arcade cabinet, which is sitting across my play shop here, right next to each one of my Tron figures. And that, I didn't get into collecting Tron 2 figures, primarily just the original molds. They're basically remakes of the figures that I knew of when I was substantially younger, but I went back and got, recast figurines of the Tron figures. They made 4 of them. And so these tokens are absolutely going right there. It's a Tron display stand. They didn't make a lot of Tron memorabilia, so this is very nice, very, very, to me, very, very valuable. I watched the movie Tron the other night on demand. I didn't buy a digital copy of it or anything, but I watched it again. Diana said, "What are you watching?" Oh, it's Tron, and I still love the movie now. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It is. Tron 2, it's not, I can't say it has the same magic. It's different, but I still enjoy it. I love the soundtrack, parts of it. Nothing could top the original Tron soundtrack, though, by, was it Wendy or Walter Carlos at that time? Beautiful soundtrack. But even Daft Punk's soundtrack for Tron 2, I thought was nice. But I love Tron. Never got into the video games as much, apart from the classic arcade, dun, 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 where you had the joystick, the big thing, you played light cycles, or the discs, that you had to move your arm like this with a little rotating disc thing. I remembered. Oh, Michael says, I'm so glad you enjoyed it as much as I did, Chris. I had to share the wealth. I still got a few still. Good. Because that would concern me. I would not feel good about taking away memorabilia. But, that you had 4 to spare, thank you. I love it. I love these. They'll stand next to the figures that I love on an arcade cabinet that I've not played much of lately, admittedly. If I can figure out how to get it to connect to Twitch somehow, and then stream my classic arcade gameplay through to Twitch, maybe, I don't know. But is that too much work? That may be too much work. I twitched briefly today, again rebroadcasting her stream. She goes by the handle Bonsai, or that's one of her handles across social. But what's really neat is that some of my followers, including Joe Tashi, who's a patron as well, have donated to her stream, and she's now hit her goal during I don't know if it's during the broadcast, but certainly since she was going this morning. It's nice. It's nice that my community is potentially now a part of a new community. It's cool to be able to do that. I know I've probably given her a flood of new viewers. I think many of them were kind of shocked, like, what's going on? What's happening? Chris Pirillo hosts your stream. So there you go. A little more than maybe people were expecting in a video talking about how I save money with movies, 3 ways you can save money. I'm going to move on to, this is not, I wasn't planning on showing this now, but I guess it's movie related. See, I buy movies, but here's why. No, not just Lego. It's not just Lego. Look, exclusive minifigure. That's the reason why. I got this for like $12 or something like that. But an exclusive Lego minifigure, being a huge fan of Lego. So I wait. Granted, this wasn't released in theaters, but man, exclusives, I'm in. With the Lego figures, at least. Have minifigures, will travel. No, actually will stay at home and not go to the movie theaters. But look at that. This is Cosmic Boy. Cosmic Boy is inside here right now. And I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of time. I realize I've gone well over my focus area, but I don't think people mind. Maybe, are you still watching I don't know how much of the construction's happening right now, but she's being very interactive, having a handful of people watching the stream. I can destroy this box to get to the minifigure. There we go. Woo! It's in a poly bag. Okay. I may be keeping it in a poly bag then. Otherwise I was ready to construct it, but this is the set number 30604, Cosmic Boy, 7 pieces, Legion of Superheroes. There we go, if I can get the poly bag to reflect just right. Gonna keep it in the poly bag. Should have gotten 2, so I could remove one. It's a collector's item. But it's Lego, and it's a minifigure. Oh, I love those pieces. Cosmic, I don't even know anything about Cosmic Boy. I don't need to know anything about Cosmic Boy. Movies, saved money on it, and got a collectible. I'd rather save my money. See, you see the movie in the theater, you don't get a collectible. What, a popcorn bucket? That's just, you could throw away. It's nothing collectible about that. Well, unless you collect popcorn buckets, I'm not trying to slag you. I'm going to move on to today's Pirillo Picks, which is kind of movie related as well. But you can tune in for that separately if you're not a patron. If you are a patron, it's a part of the live TLDR broadcast, and you can watch it right now. If you want to become a patron, see all of TLDR, head over to chrispirillo.com. Today's free podcast highlight was brought to you by all of my active patrons from chrispirillo.com. If you want access to the full TLDR episodes, both audio, video, past, present, and future, which can be up to an hour long or longer, with even more tech insight from me every weekday, plus other bonus content without ads, and support me at the same time, you can sign up to become one of my supernomies too. This is just a brief taste of what I'm producing for you daily. Again, get more through chrispirillo.com.